How's it, my empire? A lot of things to worry about. First of all, is pay the debts off, mate. You have your episodes, so then if you have your episodes, mate, then possibly you want to make nice music, but it's always pumping, just like the Matrix, mate. You've got different types of Africans, soldier ants, Matabili ants, Indebele ants, termites, Lion King, and things. You know what I mean? Time when the bitter end is what I'm trying to talk about. Need to be fast if you want to be talking about the ancient world. The ancient world is paying with gold, right? It's my cousin. There's no stomach. So perhaps it's better to burp. What's not paying rent has nowhere to live. Are you blind? Well, the first thing to do is stand up. Let your blood circulate. You're allowed to be a rich person. But if there's an uprising, like so many places in the universe, mistaking the leader for servant, or mistaking a business for opportunity, yes, there's a waiting list. But of course, everyone's got children. But other formalities, what being a council member or being a treasurer, that's why I'm saying, don't join a biker gang. Join a good biker gang. Or don't diss somebody. But we're not going to diss you or be racist. But there's other things with being in the ancient world. But yeah, this is about what you're dreaming about. Sometimes can come true. Well, that's why you want a buffer. You know what I mean? But the carpet, mate, the rock carpet, mate, where all the dreams come true. Well, what I said is, they want to know what I said, how I became the leader. The leader is by supporting the population. Of course, there's millions of Polynesians. So obviously, the person's in a spider web, which if you think about it, the world is in the center of the universe. But if it's a universe, it's a map, isn't it? Like a carpet. The carpet of Dune. So obviously, the episode has to finish. Yeah, but like Dune, you've got responsibilities and things to children and the empire. Of course, they must have been in some sort of sacrilege, a catastrophe or something. It's always the uprise, mate. But thanks to my friend, this episode's all about us, our contribution, which is what I'm talking about, is how it works with technology. Because there's no stomach, mate, the sign of a rich person. So you must go to the nice place. But that's how I found out. Well, that's how I found out, mate. Person wants to know what's happened. This is about getting back in business. Trying to make an episode, mate. So this episode is all about time travel. Being an Ant-Man in the carpet, mate. What can Ant-Man do? Ant-Man's in the quantum verse. But yeah, scratching the carpet, mate. Nice try. But that happens all over the world. But what's the difference? The difference is that's my family. But yeah, if you've got a family, then if you drinking, then surely you need to have somewhere to drink. Well, that's Africa today. Africa today has changed. The world has changed, obviously, but not much. Of course, it helps the empire. But even better is having members, you know what I mean? Or opportunity to do something. That's why I've got one of our people. Well, obviously, there's two sides of a coin. Obviously, it's horrible, but that's why you learn. But in this episode, we'll try to conquer the main problems, the fear of death, responsibility, witchcraft, bad omens, when to use your abilities, or trying to not forget about the past, like the lockdown or something, which obviously it's about one person. So where's the queen of the empire? Well, that's what the leader's talking about. Obviously, you can see I'm recovered. So you want to be good looking. I've got the teeth for talking. But obviously, it's to thank my parents before they desert us, or before we move to the next level, which is still another 5 years away. So people are afraid of the Russia front or the war. What you've got to make sure is, does it exist? What I think is it doesn't exist. But in this episode, we'll try to talk about being stuck on this level. Being stuck on this level means a lot of things. With technology, with his technology, well, with his protection, there's no time to diss somebody. Well, if you want to be a big person, what can the gym do? The gym only means you get in muscle, but somebody must watch you. Well, that's what I'm talking about. You've got the primitive, you've got the future, timelines, things that are fantasies, or the mind. The mind is a separate affair. But before those affairs is the empire. You can't always be a loser. You can't always be mad. You can't always be a straggler. African bullshit. But this will teach you a lot of stuff, mate. Stuff to bring you confidence. So you can tell the difference with a person who's got business or somebody that's on the carpet of opportunity. You have to make good white music. That's another episode. Well, obviously, they've beaten already. So they want to know what's happened. Well, a lot of stuff has happened. For starters, people are fascinated with the ancient world. But with your people, you need to stick with your group. Well, if you don't stick with your group, then obviously it's another episode there. But we're still stuck in the foreigner's territory. So you make the most of it, mate. You reach the point where you've seen a lot of stuff. But you've only got one job. You don't have a lot of options. But out of options means you want somewhere to stand up. Or you want somebody to scout or something. So probably you've seen something. Maybe you're close to a vampire. Yeah, but this episode will teach you different senses. The sense of hearing, the sense of sight, sense of smell, taste, and the mind. That's the sound of the Matrix, mate. Because we are the early bird who catch the worm. But yeah, I guess they say we're racist. But that means you like us. That's a good camouflage. Yeah, but it's the bitter end, you know what I mean? The time of everything you're talking about, whether you're lost or found. But if you're lost, you had us gone for a few minutes. But you don't teach a person a higher power. Can't always be a servant. But the mind is a separate affair. Instead of threatening the gangs, stand up or something. But in order to stand up, easily said than done, you know what I mean? But you need to make sure you're not blind, you know what I mean? Just in case you don't know. Well, that's how I found out. You know, sipping crystal and stuff, mate. White Lamborghinis and grey ones, and every neighborhood's got a business. Yeah, but better to scout than try to worry about those things. Enjoy life. But if you can't enjoy life, well, then that's the job of the local henchman or the vampire. Well, it doesn't make a difference. The way I see it is, it's enough about those people. This is about our empire. If I'm sipping, well, then everyone should sip, you know what I mean? Something decent. Or sometimes you want to get into trouble. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want to get into trouble. But now I'm down to sharing with the darkness, mate. This is the ancient world, mate. The ancient world is not what you think it is. It's just you must pay for that. But money is not the problem. The problem is you. Let's get drunk about it. But before we get drunk, what's your point? Unless you've born into this. But this is the thing with a secret society. Is messing with the problem. The only way to mess with the problem is first to see the doctor. But in order to see the doctor is to have nutrients, something for the body. But yeah, we're going to stay under the mark of our world. Yeah, that's what I said. This episode is about how the center of the world is so important. Because pretend this is the world. So yeah, it's a episode of Dune. But of course you've got spice. But those things come from somewhere. This is the thing. You've gone so far. So you might as well as find a queen for the empire. Unless you're not a people person. Which obviously is how it starts. You know what I mean? The sound of any neighborhood in America. Which is obviously you need to study timber. But instead of worrying about Indians, which obviously could be defeated by an empire like ours, colored people, which is probably the biggest problem, could be the biggest benefit, is the very weapon you rely on, can sometimes be the only result. But if you have episodes, so surely the empire should have episodes of the leader. Well, somebody good looking, somebody who can stand up and make episodes is logical more than unlogical. Unless you've got some other business. But I guess you want something positive. Well, to be positive is discipline. So to teach discipline, play my stuff, which can reach further than you think. Because if it is like a professional episode, right? Drink first, mate. Let's get drunk. Yeah, but this is for my parents or everybody's parents. Somebody's lost somebody who's afraid of the cemetery. You've beaten the cemetery because you're facing the weapon, right? Sometimes your own weapon is better than all of these movies, which what I say don't exist. That's why I got one of my own people. Yeah, but Keeney Keynes is another episode. But he's been inside here until he's matured, is a powerhouse, you know what I mean? What I'm sad about is losing a good friend, a bodyguard. But that's how it sounds. Defending, you know what I mean, is like defending something. Of course, you got all these gimmicks and stuff. But the thing is with the world is very important. Because if this is the universe, right, like any house, just pretend this is the world or universe. That's the other side of the universe. That's the other pussy hole side. And here is our important side where we exchange. Exchanging people or something. If you think about it. One day it's pumping. One day it's your day. One day you're mistaking the power for the brains. But both my parents are geniuses. But if I'm sipping, well, then that's what I'm trying to say. What's the point of going in your house when you've got the epitome of wealth, but right outside your door could be an army of goblins, an army of zombies, which is just another day in biker gangs. But anyway, who comes deep into our territory and is also asking for a war, a civil war, which obviously will be the thing. But you can't spend too much time on a stomach or something. Because that's my stomach. At least I've got a stomach. But we're not trying to diss anyone. What we try to teach you is health benefits. You want to be healthy. Find a place to stand up, mate. They want to know how I got tons and tons of stuff out the garage. Yeah, by shifting around and dumping it out, because it's only garbage. Garbage if you think about it. But this episode is about education, using your eyes, using all the senses that are important. Because what can the gym going to do? It can't do something unless you're alive. Well, if you've got money, money is for spending. So you can't always be stupid. Well, I mean, if you capture a secret society, then of course you got no choice but to hold them ransom. But other formalities with council and stuff, other things like burping out gas and stuff, of course, you've got those type of spicy people around. So you're deemed unfit for society. There's only one choice but to join the shadow or something, which is another episode. But we've got enough time. We're going to keep it under an hour. Of course, I care about my parents, but I care about my brother the same. It's whether I went 6 months in Afghanistan or whatever. It's a long time ago when everybody was young. But yeah, that could be a convoy of soldiers or something. That's why you need to learn to have brains over muscle. Because muscle is good, mate, but let them come inside and see that it's junk. Of course it's junk. You know what I mean? It's a long time ago. So we try to do something for the empire. Like pay your debts off. Debts off to all of these problems of yours are easily achievable. Well, if you can sit through an episode of that shit, which is nonsense, then you can sit through an episode of this and get paid faster, quicker. It's cutting through the monster, which is what I mean. At least you joined the bike again. But like any business, you need a queen for the empire. Well, you're stuck in the jungle. But the jungle can have fruit. The jungle can have things. It can be your enemy one day or another soldier, which is what I'm talking about. Okay, it's an army of goblins. It's an army of all these things. Let's avoid that society. Let's concentrate on the leader instead of the bad side. Let's conquer the bad side. The bad side is easily conquered. Play this episodes. That will not only mess with them mentally, then obviously they've got a better chance to last. So it will last a long time. Well, then we'll get closer to your episodes, which possibly, what I'm trying to say is the thing. Does it exist or it doesn't exist? I think it doesn't exist. But if it doesn't exist, you still need to pay for that. With somebody with teeth, at least, somebody that's got a presentable thing. You know what I mean? Which probably the person thinks is stupid, but works. Unless they're all beaten, which happens so many times, but like, yeah, we've got our own alcohol, but yeah, thanks to my friend, mate. It's more than a scout and soldier, mate. It's my family, mate. We've been through a lot of stuff, mate. I want him to see how it's changed, mate. So that his parents are proud, mate. So that he knows that it's the leader of the people. If you're not the leader of the people, then you made a mistake. Like so many empires are going to choose the typical. But yeah, that's how it starts, mate. That means you're like us. So you've heightened your ability to hear, which is good. Well, then you can hear the difference between the enemy or opposition. You know, trying to download on YouTube is more expensive than you think. Yeah, you can have unlimited Wi-Fi. You can have everything, you know what I mean? But if you've got episodes of your nonsense, this is the thing, mate, and everyone's expecting to fail. Expected to have Wi-Fi. Expected to be the leader without looking at yourself. Just expecting to come close. Those days have ended. Well, because you initiated that yourself. What I'm trying to buffer is the empire needs something. You know, if you've got an empire, you need a girlfriend. You need a boyfriend. You don't need any of that shit. Well, this will teach you whether you're blind or not, for start. Whether you're looking at a beggar or a thief. The same person who could rob you. Play this bullshit in times of danger. then you'll see what I mean. The thing with you, there's not that many good-looking people. You've got to have the keen taste, mate. You know what I mean? The thing is, I've hired one of our local muscle and power, mate. Kins is not bad, mate. He probably wants to know what's happening, mate. Well, a lot of stuff has happened, mate. I got children to look after. I got people that thought that everything's going to end. But this is about the world. How the world is the center of the universe. How no matter where you live, it's an example of a lot of stuff. Quantum physics and all these ideas that come from movies is our job. But more than that is having a counsel in your life, spending time with your family, and trying to have people in your life. Whether it's anything, it's about changing an enemy into a friend. And until you can use an asset, then you can't be a liability. Well, then you've been a liability, so obviously then you've come close to hallucination, or perhaps you come close to this level, which is not a good level. Of course, it's a horrible place to live, but you don't dwell on those things. You dwell on going on the offensive, because of course you come to this level. So it's probably we caught these people, another secret society, but that was a long time ago, millions of years ago. So the thing is, obviously you'll have things in your ear. Well, if you're one of those people that's going to try to go against the business, well, there's nothing else you can do. If you make those options, you've lost already, because we could be fighting for our life. But before we fighting for our life, you lost already, because money can do something. Yeah, but the thing is, you must go for nice people. You mustn't go for somebody that's going to, you always go for the hierarchy. You don't go for somebody is not expecting the shadow to take over. Yeah, but if you've got your episodes, when you're not a people person. But the world is the center of the universe. So the thing is, what unity is power. In a business, there's no making sense. You just do your job. If you don't do your job, you just get paid for that. The thing is, if you want to explain something, I can explain something and pay for it. But it comes to a point you cut it off. That's been the rich person. That's what you cut off. You don't go down the path of poverty. From there, you can't do something. From the place like that, you've lost already. Because it's a problem with being a good-looking person. You've got to expect something to jump on you. Well, if you want to be a rich person, that means you've got your episodes. So you listen to the power. Because the power is supposed to pay the empire. Well, that's the ancient world. So it's a possibility. To conquer your fear of death is like me burping or something. You're gone already. You know what I mean? Probably it's like, where's your stomach? Yeah, that's other things about standing up. Or the health benefits. The health benefits is not repeating yourself. We heard what you said. But if you're repeating yourself, then probably there's a lot of things, mate. It could be a problem with tradition, or because you've chosen the white people, which obviously the white person doesn't understand. Yeah, but in the world of today, the world is ever changing, mate. You don't choose the other side either. It's the thing is, everybody's done and dusted. So probably what happens is he wants to know. Well, this is the benefits of society, mate. But society can only be important if it can function. But it can't function without a leader. So philosophy can't work. Well, if you've got your episodes, you come to the point where you're on the carpet of opportunity, or you think you're a loser. So you can't be a loser. Well, you can't download on YouTube, even in the modern world. Can't work. You are asking something to download on something that could sap the whole neighborhood without thinking about it. You've made a mistake. But with those things, then it's not my problem. But yeah, the world is like the center of the universe, because you've got this side that is the S end of the universe and all the problems. Then you've got that other half, and down and up, and all directions. You see what I mean? And we're in the center. So they probably said, how can a dinosaur look like that on the movies? Of course, you've got a rotating knuckle bone, but it's like an Indian, mate. You want to be paid money. So it's like a currency you don't know about, which is what I'm trying to tell you. Unless you're scared of money. Like so many people are scared of a good-looking person. So that means probably you're like caught as a straggler, mate. But as a straggler, I guess nothing can work, mate. But you don't go to the biblical stuff, because you can burden society. But before those things, other formalities. Think, considering the good side, you can't always be fighting by yourself. Well, that's the job of a gang. A gang has power. Well, if you want to have power, you don't be a racist. Well, you obviously want to be by the leader. So how many leaders are dead? So that means it's a society, colony society. But all those things don't count. The mind is a separate affair. Everything's separate. The world is a body that needs to work together. It can't function like those things. But anyway, if you want to have the reflexes of the Black Panther, what you need is a stomach first. Yeah, but the thing is, if I'm drinking, the empire must be drinking. It's not so useless, mate. Yeah, but the ancient world had all of these possibilities, mate. Possibly the person don't understand, because maybe he's blind or something. Which with those type of scavengers or whatever is possible, is called a spider web. A spider web can only be cast by a spider, right? But a lot of things are understandable. But the world is important for a lot of things. Yes, there's a lot of things out there. Yeah, but Star Wars is stupid. But not only stupid, possible. Which is the thing with money. But if you got your episodes, well, then the empire must have episodes. Decent episodes. Episodes that pay for the cost of damage and stuff. You know what I mean? Down to the wine cellar. Used to be a rich person, but not the mind. Of course, you threaten in gangs. So if you threaten in everybody, what can the police do? The police can't do something. I'm trying to tell you the truth. What can the whole thing do? It can't do something if we're drunk. Well, if you've got a limited amount of time, so if you're going to be on that's the repetitive thing, repeating yourself. But anyway, the world doesn't work like that. The ancient world is capable of all of these things, but it's capable of also forgery, problems, deceit. Well, if you're going to be specific about it, then you've got to give the problem a cure or something. So maybe they don't understand. This is how it works. If the leader's drinking, you must be drinking. That's how it works. Doesn't matter who the leader is. At least I'm a decent leader. But in order to be a good leader, you need to have nutrition. There's nothing better than a rich person's stock or something. Well, I mean, you know how it is, mate. You go by the person that's available. That's the first rule of the universe. Of course, you can destroy the world. But you just got to come to the point where you're like, you got your episodes. I need my episodes. But before those episodes, you've got to consider all of these traditional things. If you got dark skin, then it's Africans. If you got skin like mine, then it could be African and white or South American. It can't be something from a thing. Yeah, but like any place, mate, any place you've got problems, bro. Yeah, but the thing is, um, those things are like a fitness routine, mate. In a cockroach infested world. A cockroach infested world, mate, is not his name, mate. His name is Roach, mate. But yeah, peace out to all the boys, mate. That's another episode, mate. You know how it is if you are the leader of the people, mate. That's for the empire, mate. Well, yeah, he's the head of security, mate. He's not a kid anymore, mate. He's old and stuff, mate. But that's another episode. But I spoke about a lot of stuff. Health benefits, education, trying to be positive, stuff that doesn't make sense, and stuff that's going to solve a lot of problems. Trust me, a lot of people will watch this. The thing is, play these episodes in your darkest hour, mate. Then I can try to do my job. Then we can try to exchange information, exchange technology. Yeah, but Kini Kin's technology and stuff is a good soldier, mate. What I'm sad about is losing somebody that's a good person. But if you can't talk to the leader, maybe it is dangerous. Maybe it's very dangerous. But it's better to have somebody on the job, mate, with their technology and our technology. But yeah, with his technology and stuff, we can try to make a difference. It's got a lot of the opportunity, but we'll get to that episode. Good on you, mate. Good on you for realizing that things can understand English, mate. Who wants a cockroach in your ear? Yeah, but these are just episodes how you need to get your reflexes. You see how fast you have to be. That's how you can only live in an environment. You see a cockroach, you got to kill it, mate. It's the only way to send a message to all the cockroaches. But yeah, this is the rock carpet of money and trends, mate. Look what I'm left with, mate. I guess you should open up the garage door, mate. It's like opening the door in so many places in America. So many places in our island where we live, Aotearoa, mate. Nobody wants to confront the problem. But in this episode, we solved a lot of stuff. Educational things, realizing the secret society, opening up our ears, sight and sound, making sure we're not blind. You see, you need the reflexes. The cockroach could understand English, so it could have went in somebody's ear. Even better, mate, standing up, mate. That's the main exercise for people, mate. Well, if you got so many problems in the world, people will look at you like an outcast or whatever. Is the worst problem. Maybe an empire of outcasts or scavengers. But when is it not a problem, mate? When is it not an episode? But that's an episode for the empire, mate. Something decent. Yeah, but maybe the cockroach can understand English, but yeah, not even a rat will enter here, mate. But yeah, like any open tiny house, mate. It's all about respecting the empire, mate. Being the good-looking person. Times are good, times are bad. But even better, mate, is the money. To make money, well, I got the money and power, mate. Don't be going on YouTube to download long episodes like this. It could sap all your electricity and cost you thousands. Unless you got something decent. But that's why I'm the leader, right? Because whatever your brains can do. Can't do something like a genetically designed weapon, mate. But yeah, those are other things, mate. You just seen the inside of the inner workings of the next empire and trying to get the jellyfish out there, mate. And trying to live this life that you can't live without a stomach. But yeah, this cockroach shall not escape. But yeah, you know how it is, mate. Being the leader and stuff, mate. Means you got to do that sort of stuff. I got children and stuff now, mate. Got people in my life. and all these other aspects, and trying to pay off the debts and stuff. Maybe the cockroach is looking for money or something. How many people are squashing cockroaches? Yeah, like that, you get squashed like a cockroach. It happens, mate. I'm not blind. But yeah, before I turn this table upside down, mate, I need to make sure there's somewhere for daycare and stuff, mate. Got like a temple or somewhere, you know what I mean? Children that want to be part of our society, mate. It's always the case, mate. You want to be the good-looking 40-year-old, but you don't want to be the mob boss or something. Isn't that the thing? You see the ultimate weapon. Yeah, but before this cockroach even escapes here, mate. Yeah, somewhere just for people to stand up, mate. Your house is never your own. So what do you know about a rich person? But those things count in the final days. But it can't always be the final days. It's got to be payday. If you've got a job. Well, you've got to be fucking in the business. Or you've got to smoke a point. Or you've got to shine. Well then, cheers to the homeboys, mate. If I'm sipping, then everybody's sipping, mate. The first thing is pay off all the debts, mate. Like any house, mate, the empire's awake. But before anybody's having steak, vampires in your face, mate. But that's another episode, being the loser and the bad guy. All these things that make a difference, mate. But eventually we'll get to the point, mate, where we split the treasure, mate. Get the queen of the empire and all these other formalities and stuff. But the first thing to do is get episodes out there. But before that happens, pay your debts off. That's my job, which probably doesn't exist. But maybe we got too far. But yeah, instead of squashing the cockroach, squash the cockroach. Could make all the difference. But yeah, like any house, mate. Big up to things I can't tell you, mate. Been tested all the time, mate. But we'll try to come back, mate, under the responsible things. So I'll try to make reliable information. But yeah, you know what I mean. You just see how it is, mate. Don't be sabotaging, mate. You could be sabotaging your own opportunity. If we do get the opportunity, mate, do your part, so that we can all live in this fantasy world. Can't always be a fantasy. But yeah, the next few minutes, mate, you've seen the reflexes you need. That's the only way to live without shit in your ear. You've got to be like a soldier. It's the only way you can learn. Not just a soldier. You need to be on the offensive. You need people in your life. Without people, then it's just another episode. But yeah, maybe the cockroach is understanding English. It's a factor now, mate. A high factor that these things exist. You know what I mean? You get closer to the leader, well, then you can't get any closer. So that means you need to get something decent. Well, something decent. It's nothing better than an episode, mate. Episode of their bullshit will not even maintain the power, mate. You know what I mean? A cockroach will come in your ear. Even worse, you'll lose your life or something. Who knows? But in this episode, we touched a lot of stuff. But I'll definitely try another episode, mate. But first thing is, who pays the bills? And who pays for the Wi-Fi? The Wi-Fi could suck up your electricity. It could suck up your Wi-Fi, even if you've got unlimited Wi-Fi. This is a business. A business that you need to stand up in the office. A business for the health benefits. More than the health benefits, other benefits, mate. Things like paying off debts and stuff. Debts that the empire owes. Yeah, but the ancient world had all this stuff. But we're out of the ancient world. But like the ancient world, mate, had a lot of problems. But if it's the ancient world, don't be threatening gangs. You threaten somebody so much, then of course you've got no resolution. So don't get involved. But sometimes stepping out of the problem means you're not involved. It's better than us fighting for our life. If you make those options, you've lost already. Don't ever make those options. because we can't fight for our life. We've been fighting for our life already. But if you're making those options, then these episodes could help everybody. But just think about that, mate. But that's another episode, mate. It touched a lot of subjects, mate. A lot of things, mate. Time travel, quantum physics, opening up the mind, your senses, health benefits of standing up, and other things, mate. But this episode is for the empire, mate. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Make sure that you get your subscription and stuff back, mate. A separate affair, separate empire. A billion reasons to stay alive. Billion reasons to be following our episodes. But that's another episode, mate.